If you feel overwhelmed or stressed out when working on your music, then this video could be for you. Hi, I'm Stefan from Mix66, and in this video I want to talk about what I like to call the holy trinity of efficiency for music producers. I want to show you 3 techniques or principles that I use by myself, and I find them very helpful to get my work done efficiently. And I hope this video helps you too to become a more efficient music producer. So the 3 things I want to talk about today are the Pareto Principle, the Parkinson Law, and the Pomodoro Technique. Let's start with the first one, the Pareto Principle, also known as 80-20 rule. The Pareto Principle says that 20% of your effort leads to 80% of the outcome, and the remaining 80% of your input only gets you the remaining 20% of output. Now, in music production, you have to be careful with this idea because, first of all, how do you measure percentages of a song? How do you measure that the song is 100% good or only 80% good? It makes no sense. But you can use it anyway in music production. I think in music production the Pareto Principle can be used not so much in the way that how much time you spend writing a song, but how you allocate this time. Meaning, how much time do you spend on songwriting versus how much time do you spend on mastering. Staying with these 2 examples, I find that songwriting is much more important to the final outcome of a song than mastering. So if you are a full stack music producer, I would say focus more on songwriting or allocate more of your time to write a great song than to master your mix. And also speaking about your focus, I would say you should focus on the things that matter most. For example, spend more time finding a great guitar tone, great drum tones, or great vocal sounds, instead of spending 3 hours searching for the perfect sound of the 4th synth layer in the chorus. The second thing I want to talk about today is the Parkinson Law. The Parkinson Law states that work expands the time available to complete the work. So, in music production, if you have 1 month to produce a song, it will take you 1 month, and if you have only a week, it will take you a week. Again, you have to be careful with the more creative side of music production, because I think you would say I give myself 1 day to write a great song. Could be tricky because it is a creative job. You have to be inspired and you have to be in the zone, and the things have to flow. So I'm not sure if you should apply this law when you are working on the more creative things like songwriting, but again, if you give yourself deadlines or time blocks, it can really make you more efficient with the same quality of outputs. So you get more work done in less time. I have seen that this Parkinson Law is true by myself. Sometimes a producer calls me and says, "Hey, I need this mix done by tomorrow evening." And I have it finished by tomorrow evening and it sounds great. Other times I get the files from the producer and the producer says, "Take your time, mix the song, it has no rush." And then it takes me up to, maybe not a week, but 3 or 4 days to mix a song. So use the Parkinson Law in your workflow. I think the most important thing is to set yourself deadlines, so you know the work has to be finished by that time. I would also encourage you to use a calendar and plan your day ahead. Block out time frames for your task and work on them in the self-assigned time frames. I have found that this has a huge benefit on my efficiency. The last thing I want to talk about today, so the third part of the holy trinity of efficiency for music producers, is the Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro Technique means working in short, focused intervals with breaks in between. So 25 minutes of focused work and then a 5-minute break. Then again 25 minutes of work, 5-minute break, and so on. After 4 of these Pomodoro rounds, you take a longer, more restorative 15 to 30-minute break. Also here, as the 2 other techniques, you have to be careful when working with highly creative things like songwriting. There, it could be less ideal to stop yourself after 25 minutes when you are in the zone. But again, for other tasks, this is a great way to get your work done and to stay focused. You will work 25 minutes on one task and you avoid multitasking. I think multitasking is the worst enemy of efficiency, also for us working in music production. So there you have it. These 3 principles or law is what I call the holy trinity of efficiency for music producers. Implement these 3 techniques into your workflow and you will see that you will become a much more efficient music producer. And if you are not sure if efficiency is a weak point of yours, then I would encourage you to take the Mix66 Career Diagnosis. The Mix66 Career Diagnosis is a self-diagnosis tool that I have created to help music producers build a long-lasting and successful career as music producers. Click the link in the description to start the questionnaire now. You will get guides along with other additional resources that would help you to become a successful and healthy music producer. As always, thanks for watching, leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button and see you next time. Bye.